This is Amos 5:24. But let judgment run down as waters and righteousness as a mighty stream. I'd like to start off by saying Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Kol Haloyim La Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Bachakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who grew well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect that scattered abroad, the Akim and the Akwat that's listening in. Yahweh Ratazah, Lord willing that the lesson is edifying. It's the brother Shawan Babawan back at you with another lesson. Going into the title, right? Trouble continues for you tribes and will get worse. Okay. And you know, every day does the Lord bring judgment to the light. Okay, especially you 2/3 that don't want to hearken on to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, the Lord is just going to intensify more and more with judgment as we get closer and closer. Okay, and I'm gonna pull out a couple of videos showing you the judgment that's continually going on. But let's start off with this one because this one's big news today. You had in Minnesota, you had these ice cream agents. All right, one of them shot a woman. All right, and that just goes, you know, into what Trump was talking about before the new year came in. All right, he was already speaking about how he was going to intensify with these ice cream agents even more in 2026. All right, so in 2026 they were snatching people up. All right, you know, snatching up kids, snatching people away from their kids. See, but this time this devil's going to intensify it, man. All right, these devils is going to come like madmen, sparing none. All right, at the end of the day, and that is going to get worse and worse. Okay, so let's grab this real quick. This is, I gotta get to it. Hold on.
They just killed that lady right there in that car, y'all. Killed that lady in that car. Somebody come get their people. There's a lady right there in that car.
And at the end of the day, all right, you have to understand that a lot of this shit is just, you know, is brought upon our people to stir them up even more, you see, because now that's just going to stir up a lot of people. All right. And they like to do that a lot with Judah. All right. But they're going to start doing it with you Northern Kingdom tribes also. All right. Which I don't know. Let me see. Woman gets shot in Minnesota by ICE agent. Let me see what kind of tribe got shot over here. It had to be Northern Kingdom because it says Minneapolis ICE shooting. It says agents kill woman amid immigration crackdown. All right. And the main ones that they've been going after is the Northern Kingdom. They were going after some Southern Kingdom also. All right, but that's it kind of calmed down for a little bit, you know. So now that it's 2026, they just like resetting themselves, going back to, you know, square one again, you know. So it probably started off with, you know, like I said, straight Northern Kingdom. All right, and what it's gonna do is it's gonna start, you know, it's going to start stirring them up. All right, Northern Kingdom's going to get stirred up, and eventually, you know how Southern Kingdom is. They start talking nonsense. You know, they think that they're not going to be part of it, but then they get part of it. They ended up getting involved. Okay, and once you get Judah stirred up, forget about it. You know, so you know this is what's going to continue to come. All right, to our people, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, man. All right, it's just gonna get worse and worse with these ice cream agents, man. They're just gonna continue, all right, to do what they do best: be racist as hell, okay, against you tribes, and you know they ain't doing nothing but you know just causing a whole lot of death, all right, and hell upon our people, okay, and they can't wait. And this time they're coming with police slash military troops, man, all right, because this is what DT was talking about, that he's going to intensify with them, all right, and he's going to bring more troops. He actually ordered I forgot how many more troops, all right, but he ordered a lot more, all right. Let me go to news, my news break, because I thought I saw something jump in my news break also. All right, well, there's no videos to that. There is videos, but I ain't gonna go into them. I could just read. All right, let me see. We got 37-year-old woman during deportation raids gets shot. That's the one we was just speaking about. There's another one here that ICE begins largest immigration operation ever in Minnesota. So that was one of the largest ones. And look how it turned out, deadly. Okay, with a woman. You women gonna start catching straight fucking hell out here, man. All right. I see another Texas woman allegedly stabs uncle to death after he told her to start cooking. Affidavit. You see, this is you know, is continuing, man, because iniquity abound, the love of many shall wax cold. You see, you got ICE arrest over 10,000 illegal immigrants in Florida in largest joint operation in history. Okay, so this is 5 hours ago. All right, so in Florida, all right, because it's so hot out there, you know, they done cooled you off with them ICE agents over there. They brought 10,000 of them. All right. And it says over 10,000 illegal immigrants, okay, were now captured. All right, what you think they're gonna do with these people, man? They're gonna send them into these camps, okay? They're gonna put you in the camps. They're gonna try you while you in these camps to, you know, to be the first ones to receive, you know, neural links and digital IDs slash, you know, RFIDs. Okay, best believe that's what they're doing in these camps. Okay, it says Ice Cube action at Phoenix Home Depot could mark escalation in immigration arrests 7 hours ago. All right, so it looks like a lot of, you know, a lot of ice cubes, man, all over United States, all over again, are starting to reset themselves. All right, for what's to come. Okay. Let me see what else you got here. Family massacre. New Jersey's most awaited murder trial finally starts. All right, which matter of fact, now that I said that, I think I loaded some up in my messages. There was a crazy ass, yeah, you got dad of 3 shot and killed in Target parking lot, allegedly during an argument over a spot. You see? Dumb shit. All right. So a father of 3 being shot and killed over a fucking Target parking lot spot, man. Okay. You got another one here. It says nurse 32 shoots dead her 2 young sons and grandmother before shooting self in horrible quadruple murder suicide, man. You see? See, this is all spirit of the Lord, all right, coming upon these people, man. All right. The Lord putting spirit of suicide on these people. You know, these are all spirits of vengeance. Okay. Brother got up here. The New Jersey one, killing 3 family members. Yep. It's all over, bro. And the Lord is not going to stop. All right. This is Ecclesiasticus 39:28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, and we're gonna keep saying the same scriptures over and over and over again until people's ears fall off, man. You see, because this is what the scriptures require, man, for us to repeat ourselves over and over again. The scriptures repeat themselves over and over again. Why? Because our people are hard-headed. They're stiff-necked. All right. And when people are hard-headed, you got to tell them the same shit over and over again. Even when you was kids and you was acting stupid, and your parents would tell you the same thing over and over again. You know, it's the same thing. So, you know, we sound like a broken record saying the same things over. Okay. But it speaks harder and harder every time. It speaks more and more through prophecy as we continue to preach it, man. All right. So we get up out of here. So it says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their furies, matter of fact, let's take it up a little bit. Let's take it from 24. It says, as his ways are plain unto the holy, so are they stumbling blocks unto the wicked. Okay. So, you know, these things are literally, you know, to the holy. All right. It's simple. All right. Why? Because we just fear the Lord and we follow him to the best of our ability. But see, onto the wicked, everything is a stumbling block, man. They think it's a joke. Okay. So it says, for the good are good things created from the beginning. So evil things for sinners. The principal things for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape, and oil and clothing. All these things are for good to the godly, so to the sinners they are turned into evil. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, okay? And these spirits that are created for vengeance, see, to the godly men is good. Why? Because we want to see the judgment of the Lord. You see, we want to see the Lord putting you damn wicked ass niggas down already, because you wicked ass niggas have prospered over and over and over again. You see, as Ecclesiastes 8:11 tells you, because judgment is not executed speedily, it's set in the heart of men to continue to do evil, man. You see? So at one point, we just be wanting to see a lot of you just drop already, man, because it's well needed. It is better, all right, for you to be put to death than for you than to have continual sickness. Let's grab that. All right. That's in, where's that at? Give me 1 second. I know that. Death is better than continual sickness. KJV. Ecclesiasticus 30:17. It says, death is better than a bitter life or continual sickness. You see? So some of you niggas gotta go, bro, because it's better for you to die, man. It's better for you to be put to death, because you live in a wicked ass lifestyle, and you're living in continual sickness. All right. Meaning what? That our people are sick in the head, as the scriptures say. All right. This is Isaiah. Let me grab that. This is Isaiah 1:4. It says, a sinful nation, of people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken the Lord Yahweh. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel onto anger. They are gone away backward. Why should ye be stricken any more? Ye will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick, you see, and the whole heart is faint. See, they're faint from faith. You see, so they're sick in the head. So death is better than continual sickness, man. It's better that the Lord takes you and puts you in the spirit world, because in the spirit world, you're at peace. In the spirit world, you could do no harm, you know, but while you here on earth, you just causing a whole bunch of ruckus. You see, you just causing a whole bunch of wickedness and multiplying and adding to it. All right. And you're practically, you know, the multitude that's born in vain, you see, and to be born in vain is horrible, man, because you have no morals, you have no way of no hope of surviving, man. Okay, because all you constantly do is live in sin. All right, and the wages of sin is what? Death. And that's why most of these people end up dying horrific deaths. All right, this is why people, you know, they cause death themselves upon the earth, you see, because they just wicked as hell, man. But here it is that the righteous is constantly suffering, all right, and hoping that we don't get put to death, you know, in hopes that the Lord have mercy upon us. But you niggas out there, you know, while repentance is open onto you, you're reaping the benefits of this world. And you're not even, you know, reaping the the righteousness that the Lord has to offer you, man. So it's just better that you be taken out of the way sometimes, man, because some of you niggas is just cold-hearted, like bloodthirsty ass niggas, man. They just enjoy the wickedness, okay? And as a matter of fact, it tells you that in Romans, all right? Who knowing the judgment of the Lord, all right? Let's grab that real quick. This is Romans 1 and 32. All right, 1 and 32. And it says, who knowing the judgment of Yahweh, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. You see? So y'all niggas know what y'all doing is straight wicked. You know what you're doing has a consequence to it. All right. And the biggest consequence is mostly death. But y'all niggas enjoy it. Y'all love it. And you'll be seeing that shit with these YNs. You'll be seeing that with, you know, those that have hella demons, have a legion of demons on them. You know, they just, you'll talk to them and they'll tell you straight up that they love, you know, going out there and causing, you know, mayhem. They love going out there and killing. You see, that's why the Lord has a controversy with the land. All right. Because our people love that shit. All right. This is Hosea 4 and 1. And it says, hear the word of the Lord Yahweh, ye children of Israel, for the Lord Yahweh has a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of Yahweh in the land. You see? So there's no truth in these people, man. They can't perceive the truth. There's no mercy in them because they love doing wickedness. They don't show no mercy toward their brethren, you know, or toward anybody. Even their own family members, they don't show mercy to. And most of all, they don't show mercy, all right, which really is Yahweh that gives you the mercy, but they, you know, they don't show no mercy to this truth, to this word, okay? It says, nor knowledge of Yahweh in the land, by swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out and blood touches blood, you see? And that's the main things that our people do the most, man. Swearing falsely, lying, you know, bearing false witness upon each other, okay? Killing and stealing, you know, and committing hell of adultery. That's what this life is really consisted of. All these people out here are consisted of either stealing, you know, committing adultery and killing. That's the three main ones that our people do the most, okay? And the Lord's fed up with it, man. You see, and that's why the Lord is bringing the judgment that he bringing. Okay, that's why the Lord, when the Lord come back, it's going, you know, it's going to be many slain from one end of the earth to another. You see, because this place is so wicked. All right, and because you niggas love death. All right, as the scriptures tell you, you know, you made a covenant with death, and with hell you're at agreement. Well, that's why when the Lord comes back, all right, he's going to give you exactly what you agreed being content with. Okay, let's grab that. This is Isaiah 28. And this is 14. It says, wherefore hear the word of the Lord Yahweh, ye scornful men that rule this people which is in Jerusalem, because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we our agreement. And who's the one that loves death and hell the most, man? Esau, you see? And you have followed after the ways of this damn heathen. That's why the scriptures say they have overpassed the deeds of the wicked. So our people more wicked than the wicked himself. Okay? So they're at agreement, all right? They have made a covenant with death, and with hell they're at agreement. When the overflowing score shall pass through, it shall not come unto us, for we have made lies our refuge, and under every falsehood we have hid ourselves. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I lay in Zion for a foundation of stone, a tried stone, a precious cornerstone, a sure foundation. He that believeth shall not make haste. All right, and that's talking about Yahweh Shai. See, the Lord gave you a sure foundation to lean upon, man, to get you out of that lifestyle, to get you out of misery, to get you out of that curse where it tells you in the 28th chapter of Deuteronomy, I think it's like the 58th verse around there, that you shall have no assurance of your life, man. See, but you have a sure foundation when you deal with Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, as opposed to when you don't have the Lord. Well, then you have no assurance of your life, man. Meaning that you're not gonna know what happens to you tomorrow. Tomorrow promised to you. You see. So, as a matter of fact, let me grab that real quick. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 50. It's not 58. 66. It says, matter of fact, let's grab it from 65. It says, and among these nations shalt thou find no ease. You see, this is why we have no ease here, man. That's why here the Lord said, arise and depart, for this is not your rest. It will destroy you. It will even destroy you with a sword destruction, right? That's why the scriptures say here we have no continuing city. All right. So it says, thou shalt find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest, but the Lord Yahweh shall give thee there a trembling heart and failing eyes and sorrow of mind. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have none assurance of thy life. You see, so our life, when you don't have the Lord, man, your life hangs in doubt. Okay, you're fearing day and night, all right, of what can happen to you. But see, when you have the truth, all right, the truth will set you free. You see, so now you having that sure foundation, okay. You have that assurance. You have you're sure that you can make it. Why? Because the Lord gives you that spirit of life. You see, when you don't have the Lord, you're dead to the word. You're dead to Yahweh Shai. You see, so you're the valley of the dry bones. So you're just as good as dead. But when you have the word, you become life again. You see, so now you have that assurance in your life of what? Of having hope that you're able to, make it to that next level. When your ass ain't got no, man, when you ain't got the truth, bro, you just worthless. You pretty much a worthless piece of shit. That's how we all were before we came into this truth. We thought we were somebody, and then when the truth came to us and we read them scriptures cut you. It made you feel like shit. Because you realize, like, damn, yo, I really thought I was something, or I was a good person, and you realize you was really straight death. You see? So that's what I mean, that we felt like we was a piece of shit. But now that you have this word, all right, now you can, this is the manual for you to survive out here. The Lord gave you the cheat code. To have the cheat code out here, you see, it's more than, it's the most beautiful thing you can have, because the Lord is giving you the actual manual on how to dip and dodge all the fiery darts of the wicked. You see, so it's crazy, man. What's this say? Are you going to the highways and byways? Yeah, no, I'm gonna definitely go out there. I'm gonna go out there, Lord willing, tomorrow. But let's continue on. It says, go back to, hold on real quick. Let's go back to, where was I? Isaiah 1 and 4. Let's take it from 5. Why should you be stricken anymore? You will rot more and more. The whole head is sick. The whole heart is faint. From the sole of the foot even onto the head, there is no soundness in it. But wounds and bruises and putrefying sores, they have not been closed, neither bound up, neither mollified with ointment. You see? So, we haven't been they haven't been mollified with ointment, meaning they haven't been blessed with the knowledge of the Lord, because the ointment, the oil, all right, is this word. You see, that's what heals you. That's what, takes away them wounds and them bruises. Okay. Matter of fact, let's grab this. This is Hosea All right, this is Hosea 6:1, and it says, "Come and let us return unto the Lord Yahweh, for he has torn and he will heal us. He has smitten and he will bind us up." You see? So he heals us, man. He breaks us down and then he heals us. The Lord said, "I wound and I heal." You see? So the Lord is what wounds you and the Lord is what can heal you. The Lord has broken us down and wounded us, right? Wounded our minds basically just to heal us up, all right, to show his power in us. Okay? And then he lifts us up from being at the, at the bottom of society, of the dunghill, right? And he makes us to rule over these nations, which, we're going to ultimately rule when the kingdom comes. All right. But right now, on the low level, we have been brought from the dust, okay, from the confusion that we were once in. All right. And we are now what? We are now surviving and living, okay? And we're low key, over these nations already. You see? Because the victory is already there. We just have to remain, intact in this truth. We have to, we have to keep our character. We have to play out our lots, okay? So we can really, truly have that, so we could truly have the Lord exalt us, okay? I'm not saying it in a way where we have to exalt ourselves now. Hell no. All right? Because we're still in captivity, you see? But having this word, once you have this word, man, you have the victory over all these nations, you see? So let me grab a couple of more of these articles. Let me see what else I got here. I got mom of 3 dies after falling asleep. Hold on, shit. It says, mom of 3 dies after falling asleep while riding on the back of a motorcycle. Look at that shit. All right, I don't have to go to nothing. I don't have to go through none of these articles, man. Just the headlines alone speak for themselves, man. Okay. Look at this one. I just sent our baby to God. Mother fatally shot 1-year-old daughter in front of her 2-year-old sister. Come on now. You see? Every time you're hearing another damn story, he's even worse than what we've been seeing. Okay? This is ICE at large arrest has been more than doubled as enforcement shifts to communities. The Latin Times. Immigration changes going into effect for 2026. Yep. And those changes are that it's going to intensify even more, man. Donald Trump said it with his own mouth. He said in 2026 he gonna send these immigration my bad. I see people coming out. He said he gonna send these immigration catchers. Okay, he gonna send them out there running wild, rampant. You see, so they can't wait to go out there and do their damn they dirt. You see, this is police believe girl 15 is in danger after disappearing with a 41-year-old man. All right, this is right on New Year's. Look at that. Let me see what else I got here. Matter of fact, let me go into I know I got some shit on Instagram. Let me see. You got 1 second. As a matter of fact, I think the brother that's on, yeah, I think you sent me some shit too. Let me check. You sent me something in my messages. Give me 1 second. Yeah, you got 4 dead in Piscataway. That was yesterday in New Jersey. All right, 4 dead in an incident in Piscataway. Okay. Let me see. I think I sent you one too. Regardless, man. See, the judgment is at a high level right now. All right. And when the Lord come, man, when the Lord come back, man, the slain of the Lord shall be many, as the scriptures say, from one end of the earth to another. Pretty soon you're gonna start seeing bodies just dropping and gonna be left out on these streets, man. All right. As a matter of fact, I did a while, probably about a month and a half back, a video on they were hiring for what the hell was it? It was for like these machines that were picking up that are to pick up dead bodies, and they were looking for people to I guess run them. You know what the fuck you think that's for? All right, because dead bodies are gonna be all over these streets pretty soon, so they're gonna need to pick them up somehow and pile them up. All right, you see, and they're actually advertising that shit. That shit was on Instagram when I seen it. Literally, I was like, "What the hell?" All right, let me see. Let me go into my 2/3 category. I got a bunch of them right here that are just straight grimy, but these, I don't know when these were brought out. These are just so these are some cartel niggas right here, man. You know, they already whooped his ass. They about to kill him on a whole nother level, man. Yeah, that shit wild right there. If that don't put fear in your heart, man, then I don't know what will. All right, like they overkilling people out here, man.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, literally overkilling people out here. Look, woman runs boyfriend over with her car during an argument. Oh, let me bring that back. Look at that shit. Better stop fucking with these women, man.
The violent hit is hard to watch, but the victim walks away after police say his girlfriend chased him down.
What's the scripture say? A portion of the portion of a wicked woman is given to the portion of a wicked man. You know. Let's see what else we got here. Reboots. Hold on, my bad. Watch how they run up on the house. And just running up on, but I ain't want to play the music because I ain't trying to catch no but just straight running up on people on the block, you know. Let's see what else you got here. Another one of these cartels. And that's in Brazil. That's in Brazil.
Sí, compadre, está el puto dedo, mire. Está el puto dedo que nos puso el dedo por la pinche, por un puño de hielo a la verga.
This nigga's fucking leaking, boy.
Así es, para que se vean, el que me pone el dedo a mí, el que me pone eso le va a pasar siempre. Pinche pendejo.
That's what I'm saying. These niggas is already fucking dead. He already leaking out his fucking neck. And they just overkilling him, man. See, that's judgment of the Lord, man. That means the Lord wanted your ass dead on a whole nother level, man. You see? And that should make you fear Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai even more. Look, now this nigga bleeding. This nigga tried to fight this dude, and the guy sliced him in his neck so quick and stabbed him like 3 times after that. He didn't even realize that he got sliced in his neck, and then all you see is blood just dripping everywhere, you know? There you go. He already got him already. Get all that blood on the floor. He can't even believe that he just got sliced up. So wow. And you hear how this woman is literally crying. It's gonna be even worse in that day, man. See that you women can't fucking handle none of that shit and talk about it. You don't need no man, man. When that time comes, you women are going. A lot of y'all just gonna die from just straight heart attacks, from anxiety. You know, and anxiety is gonna be so high off the roof, out through the roof, that you just gonna end up, you're gonna end up choking on your own breath, you know, and passing out. You know, because y'all ain't able to handle things like y'all can't stomach shit like that. You know, men can stomach a little bit more, all right, but you women are gonna be in a panic in that day, you see, and that day is right around the corner. You see, that's why you seeing more women getting put to death. That's why you seeing more situations like this, and more women starting to get, you know, they get more scared, you know. A lot of women are starting to, you know, I wouldn't say they humbling themselves because they still got that fucking pride in them, you know. But this is why the scriptures tell you, man, many great miseries shall be done to them that walked in those latter days with great pride, man. Okay. And the pride is just getting even worse. All right. Because the Lord is putting that spirit on you to get, you know, more prideful. Because when that judgment of the Lord comes, there's no excuses. So the Lord sometimes will put you in a certain prideful spirit and make you even more prideful as the day goes by, because it's just is like determined. He's determined to put you to death. All right, for your pride, for your wickedness. You see? You see what else I got in here?
Homicídio é registrado em bar no bairro da Condor em Belém.
Look at this. It's wild out here. You just like the wild, wild west out here, you know. But I ain't even gonna play no more. There's no need to play no more. You get the drift. I could go on forever with these damn videos, you know. But this is what the Lord is bringing upon this place, man. Continual trouble for you tribes, and it's only gonna get worse. All right, and it's about to get even worse with these ice cream agents, man. Okay, you got a new white supremacist group being called. I forgot what they're called. I think it was DEI. You know, they're coming out under new names. All right, and who's the one that's allowing them? DT. You see, this is Luke 21:26. It says, men's hearts failing them from fear, and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. All right. Yeah, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. That's right. You know, but the point is, men's hearts failing them from fear. A lot of people just gonna have heart attacks, man, because they're not gonna be able to, you know, handle what's going on. All right. Even the scriptures even tell you that in I think it's in Joel, all right, or it's in Nahum actually. It tells you that the strong men, all right, shall cry bitterly. Let me grab that. Strong men shall cry bitterly, KJV. Zephaniah, that's where it's at. Zephaniah, the great day of the Lord Yahweh is near, and it hasteth greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord Yahweh, the mighty man shall cry there bitterly. You see, we're going to come into the time where you're going to see grown men crying out here, man. Literally, them tough niggas that they thought they was somebody, you know, thought they were super duper tough. All right, the Lord gonna humble their asses down, have them crying like little bitches. You know, that imagine that. Imagine a group of men, you know, that thought they were tough, all ganged out, you know, and all of a sudden you see them in the corner together, holding hands like some women, you know, crying. That's what's coming. And if men gonna cry, imagine these women. These women, when they see shit, they scream. They can't stop screaming. You know? Here it is, you're gonna be trying to dip off in their asses because you're gonna have to, you know, in the time of Jacob's trouble, you trying to keep silent around people, you know, so you don't be noticed. You know, you trying to hide and you got somebody fucking next to you trying to come to you, and they're out there fucking acting a whole entire a mess. You know, crying and giving up your spot, basically. Now they're looking for you. They're like, oh, is that somebody over there? All because you hear somebody just crying, you know, somebody screaming off the top of their lungs of what's going on. You know, when these women, when they see things that they can't handle, you know, they go into that panic attack mode where, you know, you telling them to shut the hell up. All right, and you're just like, oh my God, this is why we're gonna have to be separated from the world in that day, man, because we're gonna be in a certain mindset. You know, we're gonna be in that mindset of locking in, praying. You know what I'm saying? And these people are just gonna be in total chaos and total fucking screams and cries. You know. As the scriptures say, man, there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth in them days, man. You see, and for those that's taking it as a joke now, okay, the scriptures tell you this. Let's grab that, and I'll end it with that. All right. This is Luke 6:25. It says, woe unto you that are full, for ye shall hunger. Woe unto you that laugh now, for ye shall mourn and weep. You see? So you got a lot of people that think this shit is a joke. People laugh at us. They scoff us. You know? They saying all types of shit about us, man. But see, you're laughing it off now, all right? But when that time comes, you're going to mourn and you're going to weep, as the Lord said, man. You're going to laugh now and cry later. You see? And then we're going to have the last laugh. Because the scriptures tell you that in death and famine we shall laugh, man. Let's grab that. In death and famine we shall laugh, KJV, Job. This is Job 5:22, right? It says, at destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. You see? So we're going to literally laugh in the time of destruction, in the time of people dropping, you know, when people suffering out here and they ain't eating, you know, they looking like them little African kids with fat bellies and flies around their face, man. We going to literally be laughing at them, you know. You gonna see, man, listen, and the laugh is gonna come from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, honestly. You see, because he says that in Proverbs, the 1st chapter, that I will laugh when your fear cometh. I will mock you. You see, so the Lord speaks through his men, right? The Lord speaks through his prophets. So how are we going to be able to see the Lord laughing in that day? It's going to be through his prophets. It's going to be through those that believe, you know. People gonna be, they're gonna be looking at us with like that look of like we got 12 heads. They're out there suffering. They're gonna be trying to throw a hand up for a helping hand, and we just gonna look at them with this face of disgust and laugh at them. It's gonna be that evil ass laugh, you see, and it's gonna be a righteous laugh at the end of the day, because while we were here giving you the word, all you did was mock and laugh. All you did was just think this shit was funny as hell. You see, you didn't want to hearken on to the word of the Lord. You thought it was entertainment. You thought it was a comedy show. But when bodies start dropping, absolutely, we're going to be the last ones to laugh. And ultimately, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is going to be the one to laugh. You know? So I'm going to leave it at that through the Spirit. Lord willing, you were edified. So with that being said, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Kol Haloim La Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect, the scattered abroad, the Akim and the Aquat that was listening in. Yahweh Ratazah, Lord willing that the lesson was edifying. To the next one, Shalom. Keep fighting the good fight of faith, enduring as good soldiers of Yahweh Shai. To the next one, Shalom.